morning, my trippy hippies. Good morning. It is Tammy coming to you live from my office on Sunday Sermon Day. Let me, there we go. As you jump on here this morning, do me a little bit of a favor. It's going to be a good one today. So as you jump on here, go ahead and tag your friends. Tell us where you're watching from, right? Say hello. My thing will work. I'm guessing the internet wants to be silly today. Let's make sure that works. There we go. So do these things for me if you don't mind. There we go. And I'm going to pull myself over here. Good morning. Now, it is just showing me Facebook users. So if you just commented, make sure you're allowing StreamYard to see your face. I am in a couple of places today. I am live in the Hometown Hippie Elevated Edibles. And it also says good morning here with Facebook user, another one. So obviously, StreamYard needs you to go in and let us reset that today. Maybe there was a Facebook update, or we've got some new folks tuning in this morning. So yeah, it's showing Melanie. Okay. So yeah, there is what's up, Dennis? Yeah, it's definitely messed up. So y'all need to just go and update it, let it use your name. Sometimes when the internet does a little update, it requires you to go in and update it on StreamYard just to make sure you're still giving it permission. As you can see, we are coming live this morning from my office, hometown. I call this Hometown Hippie HQ, and I've got on one of my Dennis Casey shirts because this is what today is about. Today is all about. This is exactly what's happening today. I'm a little gassy, right? Just something that would lighten the mood of what today's about. But no, I woke up this morning and I'm like all day long. I'm like all day long. It's all about this, and I'm showing here that we got some people. So we do see some people's names. That's a good thing. So thank y'all so much for coming this morning. As you know, just in case you're new here, because there's new people here. Every week we're welcoming between 20 and 30 new people to the group, and we are growing like crazy. Good morning, Sheila. Good morning. Look, I can start seeing names now. I'm so excited. Um, good morning, good morning, good morning. so, I totally got off track this morning. Oh. Sorry. We do have new people watching, so I do want to catch you up while people are jumping on and kind of let you know what today is all about, right? So we have a pretty robust live schedule here in the Hometown Hippie group. Part of what I love to do, come to you, talk to you, bring encouraging things. And Sunday sermon is all about the woo-woo side of things. It's all about the message. Sometimes it's channeled messages. Sometimes it's just things that have happened during the week. Sometimes they're better than others, right? We also pull every week a crystal card at the end. This is our daily crystal card, or we do a weekly crystal card. I can see you. Can you see me? I can see Heather Johns. Everybody else has been Facebook user. What's up, Tracy? But I'm seeing Sheila and Heather. I can see everybody else is coming as Facebook user. And if you just allow StreamYard to allow me to see your name, I would appreciate it. Well, I'm telling you tell everybody what's going on, because y'all probably know what's going on. So we're going to pull a daily crystal inspirational card this morning, and we're going to start talking about that. So I'm going to pull this over here out of my way, and we're going to then I'm learning a new deck. What's up, Brandy? I'm also pulling a Wisdom of Avalon. I'm not going to pull one of those today. You had to give StreamYard yes. So sometimes it does like a kind of a little update, and it wants you to give it permission again to make sure that you still are allowing it. It wasn't for a one-time kind of deal. And then we're going to talk about this Wisdom of Avalon deck today too. But most of what today is just things that happen throughout the week, things that kind of cross my mind. Sometimes it comes from a song, sometimes it comes from a TV show, sometimes it comes from something I see. This week has been interesting. It has been a couple of different things that have kind of driven the message in, but it has been real life experiences. It has been a hard piece of shadow work this week that is just starting, because it just started coming up, and now I'm trying to breathe my way through it. So Sunday mornings, right? All new faces this morning. So excited. Yes. So here's the deal, right? So Sunday morning, we talk about those things. People say they walk away with a little inspiration for the week. It gives you some thought-provoking. The crystal card does some ways to journal. And as you know, we talk about plants over pills here at Hometown Hippie. And this is, you're like, what does this have to do with anything with edibles? Like, if I'm in an edibles group, Why am I hearing about a Sunday sermon and tarot cards and crystals and all the things? Because we believe that cannabis is an ethanogenic, it's a spiritual tool. It is not the solution. It is a tool to be able to find the solution. It's a way for mind over matter. And that's what we're talking about today is mindset matters. It's all about the mindset. And it's interesting because I'm using real life experiences and I want to kind of pick your brains a little bit, right? Because I'm going to tell you, I told you, these get personal. These get personal. These, I did not put makeup on this morning because I know I felt like I've needed to like explode cry on every live. And I got ready to do this live today and everything I have set up to talk about today. And I took a deep breath and I'm going to show you. Where did I set it right here? I just put it out. I did my Palo Santo and I did smudge and I played some music that kind of like gets my mojo rolling, right? That's kind of my process in the morning. And I thought I was going to throw up before I hit the live button. Like I was so nervous this morning, right? I was so nervous this morning to hit that live button. Because this matters. So if you're here and you're like, why this on an edibles page? Give me an hour of your day. Because I'm not going to act like give me 5 minutes and be like aerobics instructors, like 2 more, and they keep counting to like 100. So I'm going to ask you for exactly what I want. I'm going to ask you for an hour of your day. I'm going to ask you to listen and open up your mind for an hour of your day. And then at the end of that, if you're still like, why the hell did you do this on an edibles page? I would love you to private message me and we'll have a conversation. And I'll tell you why. I don't think you'll ask that question after this hour, okay? So if you are new here, we are going to welcome you. And I encourage you to look around, but I am going to say this today, okay? So if you're watching this, do me a favor. I want you to tag a friend in the group for me. If you've already done it, I appreciate it so much. Or then tell me where you're watching from. Are you at home? Are you at work? Are you driving? Are you in Farmville? Are you in Ohio? Are you in New York? Are you in California? Where in the world are you, right? But it's a lot of big emotions this weekend, right? A lot of big emotions for me this weekend about a lot of things, right? And it's starting with mindset, right? Mindset matters. And we're going to start talking about mindset this morning. The reason I'm asking you to tag some people, because, and I'm encouraging you to look around because I want people to hear this message, right? So the Hometown Hippie page initially started out I don't know. I was told, I heard a voice. Don't think I'm crazy because I'm not. I heard a voice, God, whatever. It said, kind of like if you have to build it. Like, I cannot direct a parked car. You have this. You have been sitting on this. You've been working with people kind of in the shadows. It's time for you to bring your advocacy and your voice. And I need to direct you, but you have to be in movement and motion for me to direct you, right? Have you ever heard that? Like, God can't drive a parked car. Like, God can't steer a parked car. Like, Jesus take the wheel. He doesn't need the wheel if the car's not running, right? If it's sitting there, who cares who's got the wheel? You're doing nothing, right? So back in November of last year, I decided I'm going to bring it to the masses. I'm going to tell them my mission, plants over pills, right? And that was what happened, right? We had fun stuff I'm like, it's got to be better than buying people something they can't use for Christmas. Let's give them something that'll make them happy for Christmas, right? And I'm sorry, I'm caught in my necklace and my bracelets. And I started this page. And at first, it was very much about the education and a few little funny things, but really about the education. And it's a little overwhelming right now. And I have encouraged everyone to post and to share and to give us all the things that you could find that you thought would find funny in this group. And it has been a hoot. And those things are not going to change. We're still going to have that fun stuff in there. But, okay, I really wanted everybody to be here today because I've really got some big things to tell y'all. So it's about mindset, right? And so we're going to slow down on a lot of the just silly pot humor. There's a lot of that. We're going to offer 2 or 3 a day, We're not going to be overwhelming people with just meme after meme after meme after meme, right? And I'm going to tell you why. Because just like I talk about, like, give me an hour of your day. Why woo woo with pot? Why that together? And I'm going to tell you why. Because it matters. Mindset matters, right? If you're going to advocate and you're going to want to bring this into the mainstream, yes, you can totally be a bull in a china shop, right? And you can just say, I don't care what people think. And you should not care what people think. You should live your life, right? And I'm going to live my life. But I feel like I have been entrusted with something, and therefore my feelings don't matter either, right? So I have to think about others, right? And in this thing, I am being in service too, right? For me, I think this stuff's hilarious. Bring it on. I love it all. And I would love for you to continue to post it, but understand that my admins and mods have been advised to stop approving post for a minute, because we have to approve everything, considering the content and considering the things with our business. Everything you guys post, we have to approve. We have to look at everything you post. So all of my admins and moderators have been advised to hold up on the postings. I want to talk to y'all about that, okay? We talk about the power of one here with Hometown Hippie. And the power of one is every day you have the ability to go out and change the world for one person. Even if some days that person is you, right? But do you think, and this is like, I don't think that we're changing a lot of we're helping a lot of people with just posting funny things, other than just to have a little quick laugh, and they're needed. But what I want to encourage is thoughtful, educational post. When you see something that matters, it's going to help the collective. That's the stuff we need to see. Is there a new homesteading program? Is there new facilities where there are, free food or services for people? Or we're talking about the Grateful Fed. And I'm not talking about all like community outreach stuff, but I'm saying like there's things like Bradley's great about offering us tips on how to cultivate. We're going to be really focusing more on like cannabis education in the next few months. We're going to have a ball. We're going to still have fun. Please don't get me wrong with that. Please don't get me wrong with that. But whenever I sat down this weekend, because I had all these big emotions, I'm going to tell you about all the big emotions, right? I have felt like I have been an asshole all weekend long. I have felt like, I've kind of felt like this. And I have felt overwhelmed. And some things that I'm going to tell y'all about. I was speaking to someone last week about the Hometown Hippie. And I was trying to get advice on something, on a partnership. Transitions, girl. We're talking about transitions, right? We're just transitioning. Sorry, I am getting hooked in. I'm legitimately hooked in my bracelet. I have to take this necklace off. Something is wrong with this necklace. Something is wrong. I'm gonna tell you about that in a second too. But promote the healing, not the high. I got to make an image of which. Yeah, exactly. Here's the thing. Like I completely 100% get high. Y'all see me do it. I come live late at night, and I was talking to someone about a partnership, right? Trying to get the advice, and the response was, I said, I'm more about the medicinal, like, I'm trying to like heal people through what I do with the Reiki and all of that. And the person said to me, and this is honest to goodness, the conversation. And ever since this conversation, I've kind of been floundering. And I bring this here on Sunday sermon because I said, give you an hour of your day. Because what I want you to understand is that sometimes my mess is my message. And a lot of you out there watching me right now live in a mess. You live in a mess right now. We all we're beautiful messes, right? We're beautiful disasters. Some of you are living in that mess though, and your mindset is not about seeing the message in it. you're still living in the mess, right? I'm cleaning up the mess as quickly as I can and trying to have a message out of it. But a lot of people that I try to help are telling me, and I'm not saying this because I don't know, but a lot of y'all are telling me, girl, I'm drowning. I need these things. This is helping me, right? And you're not able to find your message yet. You haven't found your voice yet. You haven't stopped the inner monologue, the stinking thinking long enough to stop and listen. You're so afraid of the silence that you will not shut, you will not let your brain shut off. And I know that because this weekend I have lived in my mess. And I'm coming to tell you I'm sorry. I'm sorry that right now you are living in that because it sucks and I'm living it right now. And the reason I'm living it right now because when I said to this person, I don't know if it's the right partnership. I think it's more about the party than it is, the plant. And I think it's, I don't want something crazy to happen and then me to be hung up in it. And she says to me, they say to me, but are you really? I mean, you offer 1,000 milligram candy bar. Are you really? And right then, in that moment, I was like, holy shit. Right? Um, but are you? Are you just making money because people want to get high? And honestly, I said to her, because you don't work with these people every day. My response was, internally, my response was, and it's Sunday morning, but it's my Sunday sermon, and I do what I want, right? What my internal monologue said was, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, is what my internal monologue said. That's the fuck around and find out. And I wanted to go through the phone and right? But my external monologue said, I was like, until you've worked with a person with peripheral neuropathy who can't sleep because the sheets can't touch their skin, who a bag of gummies doesn't touch it, right? Until you deal with a person who's had cancer and they don't have an appetite and it takes that much, or the PTSD person who takes a lot more than the normal person to shut their brain down. People who have crippling anxiety, um, all the things, right? All of the reasons, all of the things. I said, I talk to these people. I make these things for them because they need them. Do other people buy them and eat them to get high? 100 million percent. 100 million percent, right? But in the grand scheme of life, anything that alters your body or mind, people are eating to enjoy themselves. Be it oxycodone, Percocet, hydrocodone, meth, cocaine, alcohol, all of these things, right? The doctor will write you a fucking prescription for, and somebody eats those to get high. Does the doctor not mean for that person to get better? Two things can be true, right? Two things can be true. So, but let me tell you something. I was like, I would rather somebody buy a candy bar and get high and maybe have a spiritual moment or a peak experience or a great night, but they're not addicted. They're not overdosed and dead. They're not all the things that happen, right? But it took the air out of my sail and it made me reevaluate myself and what I'm doing and what people are thinking about me. And I did the thing that I tell y'all not to do. I tell y'all not to do it, and I did it, right? I stopped realizing that it wasn't about me, it's about them, right? Um, I can't let that bother me. But then I found myself all weekend long um, being reminded, being reminded that no matter your intention, there's somebody out there that can bastardize it. And no, I'm not, y'all. Please do not. I'm not doing this to. And I appreciate y'all on everything. But what I'm saying, it's a lesson. The lesson here is that it took the wind out of my sail just for a moment, right? It made me stop and think. And I looked at the group though. But here's the thing: I looked at our content, and I'm like, it's all fun. We all love it. It's nothing wrong with it. Not a thing in the world wrong with it. But like anything we talk about, right? Like anything we talk about, if you go to any extreme, it's bad. Any extreme of anything is bad. Any extreme. There was someone who the other day posted on Facebook. It was like, pot's not addictive. If you mess up your life, it's on you, not because of pot. That is true with anything in the world, right? Drugs are an addiction and a disease, and people get addicted to them, right? But unless you utilize those things to fix your problem, they didn't do it to you. You did it to yourself. That's the God's honest truth. That we all know that. But we can't say it's not addictive, because anything, and if you put anything in front of something else, it's a problem in your life. It can be food, it can be cigarettes, it can be a TV show, it can be TikTok, it can be Vicodin. Anything can be abused and you can become addicted to it. There's video game addictions, right? We as a culture, we as a collective have put so much like negative connotation on certain words, right? Judgmental people without no knowledge. And here's the thing, right? We put that negative connotation on. I am addicted to music. I love it. I'm addicted to it. I want it. I crave it. I need it. I'm addicted to coming live with y'all, right? But you can two things can be true. You can really enjoy something and really want it, and we shouldn't put. I don't know. Maybe the definition of addicted itself maybe is a negative thing. I didn't even look it up. I don't know. I know that I have addictions. I know that whenever I ate certain foods, they were bad for me, but I did it anyhow. I was addicted. It was my pattern that made me addicted to it. I'm addicted to my phone. It makes me crazy. Yeah, we all have addictions, right? We all have addictions. But my job and what I say, and I say plants over pills. And that's what I'll put up with this thing today is plants over pills. Cannabis is a natural growing plant. If somebody's going to be addicted to something, right, and they're going to abuse something, I'm like, at least it's not crack. And I'm like, I need a shirt that says, hey, at least it's not crack, right? And then you have the other people that are like, wow, I don't know why you people have to have anything. Why can't you just live your life with nothing? I'm like, oh, you're addicted to be a judgmental asshole is what you're addicted to, apparently. I was like, whatever. I was like, because I truly believe that cannabis is medicine. I know that I have heard person after person after person after person after person tell me the things that it has helped with. Sheila, can I use you as a Sheila, can I please use you as an example this morning? Just if you don't mind. Nothing that's going to be too personal. You've already put it in the comments, right? You've already put it in the comments. And I'm going to ask because I'm trying to be more mindful of requesting permission to tell your story because sometimes I assume you don't mind. I'm going to also apologize to a couple of people for a couple of things because I feel bad about them. I'm hoping that Sheila's going to respond. I don't want to tell her story without it. But I'm going to use this for an example, and I'm going to, if Sheila says yes, then I will talk about it in a second. But I know what you're using it for. Like we talk, that's why I am a concierge. Like I tell y'all, we don't sell edibles. We sell the concierge purpose of what. That's why I say on Testimony Tuesday, what did you get it for? And I even say if it's just to have a little bit of fun, just let us know. Because what I want to do is I want you to have a safe fun night. So when I put intentions and I lay hands on that food and I bless that food and I put all of that energy and intention into the food, and that's where I felt the air come out of me, right? Sheila, for example, has gastroparesis, and I know that she needs. Strong, right? She needs strong, but Sheila, do I know that? Do I ask you when we talk without you telling me every time? that, how's your belly? I ask you at the gastroparesis. Like it's not like it's like coming to my restaurant and me knowing to bring you sweet tea. I y'all matter to me, right? And so from the people, this is what I want y'all to understand. If your mess can't be your message yet, right? The reason that took me aback, right, was because I thought anybody thinking that just hurt my feelings. Because I'm like, here's the thing: this person knows me. This person knows me, and so it really hurt my feelings that they insinuated that I was just doing what I was doing. So that hurt my feelings, right? And this person's hurt my feelings a lot in the last year, and I'm getting ready to set a boundary. And I know I hate it, but um, I know what I do. It hurt my feelings because I didn't want anybody to judge us based on. I didn't want y'all to be lumped in with, you know what I'm saying, right? I was like, no. I was like, my people know. Like, I love my people. I love every single one of them, and I would not be doing anything to take advantage or just to be silly. Do I do the science like some of these other places do? No, y'all know that. I don't lie to y'all about it, right? I grow with intention, and everything we've got coming in through the butters and stuff now is grown. Red even had me today. We put a whole new batch of seedlings into the tent this morning, and they're Northern Lights going in. Is it Northern Lights, babe? Great White Shark or Northern Lights? I can't remember which one. And I have to go. I have to ask. He says, "Hey, come in here and put your hands on them and give them a little Reiki before we go in. Do you wuju?" And so, um, um, but I don't do the science. Like, I don't know how much CBD N is in that. I don't have a test machine to do that every time. But what I say to you is that I can tell you what the bud I used, right? I can tell you how much is in it. And I know that when I fix this, when I put my hands on these things for y'all, that every piece of my love and my intention is that whatever it is that ails you or whatever it is that you need from that 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 bite of food, um, it is exactly what you need. And like I said, the intentionality is really more important. And a lot of people don't understand that piece of it. And that's why I say, give me an hour of your time. And let me explain why you're in an edibles page with tarot cards and crystals and me blessing your heart and dropping hearts, right? Because I believe in raising the collective vibration. That is what I'm sent here to do. I am sent here to help people have a great day, right? Don't cry, y'all. I'm okay. I need a release, right? But what I want you to say is I live in a mess sometimes too. And I get inside my head and I spin it around. Later on that day, I had someone stop by. We were talking about things, and I felt like the entire time I bitched about her friend and never even talked about her. Like she was here. And because I was in a tizzy, I was thinking of something to be angry about. And that was triggering to me. And I wanted to bitch about that and I'm sorry. And I sent her a message later and I was like, I'm so sorry that the whole time you were here because I don't like behaving that way. Then last night I was a little stoned because I'd medicated myself. And I was watching a crystal sale and I was joking because, Sam was been over and I was like, and I thought it was funny. I thought I'd share. And then I think I hurt his feelings. And now I feel shitty about that. I'm going to send him a little note today. Like, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I was just being silly. Because I know that words matter. They matter. So, right now, I don't know. I feel bad about that. The counselor may need counseling. And that's what I want y'all to understand, right? That's what I want you to understand. When you feel like you're not making a difference, talk about the power of one, right? when you feel like this, right? And you're like, I'm worthless, I'm awful, I'm all these things. You're not. I know that I'm not. I'm crying because I'm releasing that. I'm getting rid of that. Right? I am crying because that is the tears of like holding on to those words. And I know everything that you say in these comments is 100% true. Everything y'all are saying to me right now is true. But what I want you to do is the next time you feel like me, remember that. Remember that. Give yourself grace. Give yourself gentleness. Love yourself for the good that you do, right? I know that I work hard to do things for y'all. For me, for the world, for the collective, all of the things, right? And I say this and I have to be reminded of it because I get too big for my britches. That's why I'm blessed heart and dropping thought, y'all. Is that not everything is for everybody. Not everything is for everybody. Now, this morning I was really stressing over being able to come here and to say these. I didn't want to say this out loud. Like I was like embarrassed by it because I found some truth in it. Looking at the group, we do need to do better if we're going to be advocates for cannabis as medicine and cannabis as a spiritual ethnogenic. I believe that we also have a lot of fun with it, and that's part of the excitement. That's the whole thing. And I'm going to be doing. Um, it's really pushing me to like this work I have to do on my class is so important. Uh, but we are going to be cleaning up the group a little bit. So I'm going to ask you to do is be thoughtful in your posting. I want you to post, 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 post. I want you to share, 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 share. But I want you to be thoughtful about it, right? I want you to be thoughtful about it. And I want you to make it make sense. Like if you want to, like we can sign up for days. Like I would love to have a string of 420 funnies. And why don't we do that every day? This way we can see all the funny stuff. And so at 4:20 in the afternoon, we'll do it. We'll have like a set post that goes up. It's like show us your funnies, drop your 420 funnies, and all that stuff y'all post all day, just the funny stuff. Drop that in the 420 funny string because that stuff's hilarious, and we love it, and we're here for it, right? But we have new people coming in all the time, and let's make them understand what we're about. Let's let the group reflect our mission. And it's us. It's the Grateful Fed. It's not me. It is us. And I'm asking y'all, who feels good about that? Tell me your thoughts in the comments. Well, I'm going to pull these two cards out that I pulled, and we're going to do a couple little things. Because talk about mindset matters and all the things. So this morning, I pulled some cards. Like I need some guidance on what I'm supposed to be doing to give this message. I feel like I'm just going to get on there and hit play. Before I did all of this, like this little saging and listen to some music this morning, Heather says, I want to put this up here. She's like, I want to tell you, I'm so glad you said this. I'm with you, but it was not my place to change anything. I'm on it with you as long as it's what you want. We just discussed it's not all about the high. I want general just love you. Yes, right? So, but it is y'all's place because this is our group. I promise you it is our group. It is our group. And I want that feedback, right? And I love y'all for that. And I'm so excited for it. So I pulled myself two cards, right? And I got trust and the deer. I got trust and the deer. And it was basically about like right now I'm entering a phase where I have to kind of walk gently. Like a deer, like kind of like and if y'all have been here for a minute, y'all know that is not how I do things. I am more of a bull than a deer. And it was like trust. So basically this told me, right, that I needed to trust that I was on the right path. It's all about me releasing and stop trying to dictate, which y'all know if we've been talking about this for a while with me. I'm a hot mess about trying to like tell God exactly how things are going to go. And it was like, stop trying to control, trust it, but walk gently and be diplomatic and be cautious. Like keep your head on a swivel. Stay in your lane, right? So these things came out for me today, which helped me to get my shit together. And then the other card that came, I pulled a crystal card for myself as well, right? And it was appetite. 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 It's appetite. Which I thought was interesting because it's probably said differently, but I'm country. It's APATITE, and that's appetite or appetite. Either way, it sounds like food, and I love it. It says, get out of your comfort zone. And then I read that, and it was like, when was the last time you did something for the first time? Then I go to Spotify, and Darius Rucker comes on, and it was, when was the last time you did something for the first time, right? And I'm like, okay, everything that I'm doing right now. And that's why I'm so, because it talks about the deer being on a path you've never traveled before, and it all came together. And I'm like, this is all brand new, right? I've never lived in a world where you couldn't get an abortion, but you could get weed. I just don't understand it. I'm like, that does not make any sense to me. But not getting into that. But anyway, um, it's new. And I'm acting like, and that's the impression I got, right? The impression I got from that conversation was that you're doing it wrong, right? You're not doing it right. And I'm like, and the thing is that they're doing nothing. That's what the issue was. It's not about what I'm doing. It's about that they're pissed because they don't have the guts to do anything. They're still parked in the parking lot, right? If you don't like how Jesus took my wheel, then put your car and drive and let's go. LFG, right? Appetite. Oh, quite appropriate, right? Yay, exactly. I was like, what? Yay, yes. Yes. We beat ourselves up, but sometimes we're carving a new path, right? We've never done this before. So give yourself, give others gentleness, ease, and grace, right? I last night was on a crystal sale. A lot of y'all know the crystal sale is on. I shared it here. It's my mystical life, and I spent more money than I needed to, but I needed those pieces for specific reasons. I bought a big Shiva stone, and when Lisa was talking about last night at my mystical crystals, and they've got some more in stock. If anybody wants to go get one, I'm going to tell you, invest the money in yourself, and if you're going to start getting into your meditative side. And she talked about how the stone, the reason they're so highly vibrational is because they are formed with the ebb and the flow. They are formed with water under the ebb and the flow, right? And I talk about that all the time, right? And the wave, like you get what you want, you get what you need. And I'm like, this Shiva stone is going to be like imperative to my spiritual practice, right? And that's what we have to remember. We're like Shiva stones. We are ebbing and we're flowing, and we're rolling in and we're rolling out. We're in flow, we're out of flow. We're in flow, we're out of flow. And here's all we can do. Like I've been realizing now, like I want to be in balance. I'm like, I do this, like, and I'm like, I don't understand why this. And I'm like, why? And it's kind of like that scene in Forrest Gump, right? And that's how I felt this weekend. That scene in Forrest Gump when Lieutenant Dan comes to ride on the boat and they have that big storm coming in and he's like, all right, motherfucker, let's do this, right? And he starts having this like he's just releasing all of the anger and asking God, why did you do this to me? And, take me if you're going to take me. And what's the thing? And the next morning, it's like he had this revelation, right? And, this weekend I'm still kind of in the flow of it, but some big things have been coming in. And I said to my angels, guides, and helpers, and God and everything, source, this morning, I was like, hey, I'm going to trust that you have the right words for me today, because all I think I have is tears. And I heard the words, just hit go live. Just hit it. It's the same voice that I heard whenever I was scared to death sitting in that car that was parked in the parking lot, right? And I was scared to death to hit go live on the Facebook page, Hometown Hippies. And again, right? Progress, not perfection. We're doing this for the first time. We're going to learn. Everybody learns. But here's the thing, right? I could have said, well, the Facebook group is doing what the Facebook group is doing. I don't want to piss anybody off. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I don't know how it'll be taken. So I'm gonna let it go and let it be what it is, right? And but the little voice is like, nope, say the words, go live. They understand it, And a lot of times in life, our egos and our gripping won't allow us just to say, hey, we fucked up. We're going to try something different. It didn't work out this way. We're going to try to rearrange a little bit. Let's clean it up a little bit. Let's change things. No harm, no foul. It's the first time we've had this group. It's the first time we've grown this big. So it wasn't like we meant to, get crazy, but we did. Now it's time to like tidy up the house a little bit, right? We've all had like summer break, acting foolish. Let's now take a deep breath and we'll clean it up a little bit, right? And but a lot of people are so afraid, right? And I was afraid. I was like, I don't know how to say the things, and I'm like, do I need to say the things? What should I say? And the little voice is just, I'll give you the words, and it'll be fine. And they did, and look at y'all, all cool, all for it. So we're going to do a couple of things today. I talk about mindset matters, right? And here's the thing. When I say that I'm able to find my message out of my mess, it's because of my mindset. And that's the God's honest truth. And now my mindset did not happen overnight. And as you can see, it is still a work in progress, and I'm able to recover a lot quicker, but I still go down the path. So I'm going to ask each and every one of you, and I want a yes or a no in the comments, and we're going to like hold each other accountable. Okay. If you could do something for 5 minutes, if you could do one thing for 5 minutes a day for the next 28 days and it would change your life, would you do it? And it costs you nothing. Costs you nothing. If you could say like 10 words for 28 days in a row and it would change your life, would you do it? Would you give yourself the freedom to try it? I was watching this video and they were talking about the power of the mind. And the girl was talking about how scientists were flabbergasted by mindset and what the mind can do when they did a blind study, like a test study of an experimental chemotherapy drug. They had two groups. One was the placebo group. One was the group that actually got the chemotherapy. 30 of the 50 people in the placebo group who got no chemotherapy lost their hair anyhow because they believed they were getting chemotherapy. Their mind was able to convince them that they were getting chemotherapy to the point where their body, the hair fell out like chemotherapy patients do. The mind can make that happen, right? And if y'all are willing to give it a try, I'm going to tell you because it takes 28 days to retrain the brain. You can retrain your brain. And what I'm just trying to have you retrain your brain to is one thing. The first step in mindset, it's learning to love yourself. It's learning to love yourself. And every day for the next 28 days, I want you to get out of the shower and I want you to get butt naked out of the shower. It's the first time to do it. And I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and I want you to say, I love you. And I want you to mean it. And I want you to say, I love you to yourself every single day until you can say it and truly mean it for 28 days. At the end of that 28 days, when people say shit to you, like that girl said to me this week, it might take your breath. It might make a few tears come down your face. But it's going to take you about a day to realize that you are awesome. You don't let people talk shit about something that you love, so you won't let people talk shit about you ever again. You won't let it bother you ever again because you know that you're not that, because you love yourself. And guess what else happens? When you love yourself, you start treating yourself like something that you love. You stop just abusing things to get high because you love yourself. You stop overeating because it makes you think it fills a hole because you love yourself. We have to love ourselves. I say all the time, you cannot pour from an empty cup. You can't. Self-love is not selfish. If you're a parent, if you're a spouse, if you're a sister, if you're a worker, and you want to give to others, you cannot do that unless you fill yourself up. And when those words came to me this weekend and they hurt me, I realized, okay, my cup's running a little low. If I let that bother me for as long as it did, my cup's a little low. So yesterday, what did I do? I went into the kitchen yesterday morning. I got up. My mother-in-law and father-in-law's birthday was yesterday, and I made a German chocolate cake. Like I made the chocolate icing. I made the coconut pecan icing. I made the cake. I iced the cake. I decorated the cake. I bordered the cake. I made Mexican street corn dip where I cut the corn off the cob. Y'all know that food is my love language, right? I stopped and I did something that made me happy. I did something that was just it was just for family. I took some deep breaths, right? I made a pasta salad because food is art and my art fills me up, literally and figuratively. And I looked back and I was like, look at this beautiful place that I live in. And I filled myself with gratitude. And I did things that I needed to do. And it wasn't like everybody said self-care. I gotta take the day and go to the spa. That's nice. That's pampering, but that's self-care is doing the things to clear your mind. Maybe it's taking a drive in your car with the music blasting. I did that too, right? And get it out of your head. Like Friday night after all of that, I went out Friday night and there was very much a disappointment because my mindset wasn't right. Um, some other people kind of showed me their true colors that I've been working with and kind of thinking about partnering with. Completely like, I was like, nope, nope, nope. What I have decided, as far as partnerships go, just so everybody's aware, um, I am no longer seeking partnerships. I have been advised by my angels, guides, and helpers that the correct people who want to partner with me will find me. I don't need to partner with anybody. People need to partner with me. And that's how I'm going to approach life from now on. That's it. That's how I'm going to feel about it, right? That's okay. Um, but I filled my cup up so that I could try to start feeling better. And my cup's not completely full. Today, I'm going to, we play some music. We're going to clean the house up. I want to get my office kind of rearranged. I got to just take some deep breaths. Um, just, take a breath, right? But we're going to do a couple of things that I'm going to let y'all go. It's 47 minutes. I asked for 1 hour. I'm trying to stay true to that. So we have been on Sunday sermons. I always pull a crystal affirmation card, which I'm going to do, which is going to give us some additional things. But I'm also going to read a prayer out of the Circle of Fire book. And this is as much for me as it is for anybody else, but somebody might need this today. It's the prayer for forgiveness. The prayer for forgiveness. Yes, Heather, I will talk to you. So if y'all could do me a favor and take a few deep breaths with me. We're going to in through the nose. We're going to inhale the good shit. Out through the mouth. Exhale the bullshit, right? Inhale the good stuff. Exhale the bullshit. Okay. Today, Creator, grant me the courage and the will to forgive the people I love the most. Help me forgive every injustice I feel in my mind and to love other people unconditionally. I know the only way to heal all the pain in my heart is through forgiveness. Today, Creator, strengthen my will to forgive everyone who has hurt me, even if I believe the offense is unforgivable. I know that forgiveness is an act of self love. Help me love myself so much that I forgive every offense. Let me choose forgiveness because I don't want to suffer every time I remember the offense. Today, Creator, help me to heal all the guilt in my heart by accepting the forgiveness of everyone I have hurt in my life. Help me to sincerely recognize the mistakes I have made out of ignorance and give me the wisdom and determination to refrain from making the same mistakes. I know that love and forgiveness will transform every relationship in the most positive way. Thank you, Creator, for giving me the capacity to love and forgive. Today, I open my heart to love and forgiveness. so that I can share my love without fear. Today, I will enjoy a reunion with the people I love the most. Amen. I needed to hear that today. And I love every single one of you. And I want you to remember that forgiveness is not for them, forgiveness is for you. If you hold on to the hurt, it's going to eat you up inside. I forgive all the things. And I apologize if I've ever, ever done anything to offend or to hurt your feelings. I try to live by the 4 agreements, which is be impeccable with your word. And I don't think I've been impeccable with my word the last couple of days. I've been lashing out and I have been saying things that I think it was just hurt people, right? And I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings in any way. Always do your best is a second agreement. And I try every day to go out and do my best. And I believe that I live up to this principle in most aspects of my life. My best today might not be as good as my best was yesterday. And my best tomorrow might be better than the best ever was. But in every circumstance, I try to do my best. Number 3, I try to take anything personal. And that's the really, really, really hard one. It's not taking things personal because I took it personal, but I'm learning. And that's where you learn that it's progress over perfection. But nothing is about you. It's always about them. And it did take me a moment, but I did realize that, right? And then number 4 is don't make assumptions, right? Don't assume. And that's one of the things I think that I got on. I was like, I assume people know my heart, but they might not. And if they look on the outward, they just think that I'm like a peddler, and I don't want to be a peddler. I don't want to be someone who makes everything transactional. I don't want you to think that I'm not doing this for your well-being because I am. But I can't assume what other people think, and I can't worry about what other people assume about me because I can't make assumptions. But on that note, y'all, we're going to do our crystal card for the day, and I can heat my hands up, right? Heating my hands up because I feel a powerful card coming for everybody. Now, I'll pull a crystal card for the collective, and that crystal card for the collective is going to give you some journal entries, some affirmations today. But this card just popped, and this is the one. I don't know why. It just popped out. I'm like, that's the card. And that's interesting that card popped out. I know that was the one, and I don't even know what it was till it popped over, but here you go. Aquamarine. And I got so interested. This stone has been popping up for me for a minute, right? It's actually the stone, the crescent moon, the crescent moon on these cards, having the crescent moon here, a tattoo here is like the high priestess of Avalon, and it was interesting. These cards came out with this and all these things. So anyway, sometimes you just get little cues from the universe that you're on the right path. Aquamarine, it's go with the flow, right? Go with the flow. And that is such a true statement sometimes, right? Because when we get caught in our heads, and that's one of the other things was on this card as well, was about like just going with it and not trying to overthink it, that kind of thing. With the trust was like, go with the flow. The Shiva stone, ebb and flow, staying in flow. It's just interesting how this all comes together. It always blows my mind. As I said, an hour, and I'll show you how it matters. Go with the flow. Stay fluid. If one way of doing things isn't working, which isn't right, we're going to go with the flow. Find another way. That's what we're doing. Makes my heart happy. Remain open to seeing things from different vantage points and perspectives. If plans change or obstacles arise, chart a new course. Chart a new course to the other side, right? Don't worry about that way was not the way. You are like water, unstoppable. Keep moving and you will get to where you want to go. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of fluidity to get there. No matter how strong the current, remember to go with the flow and enjoy the ride. I love it. So here's your core questions, things you can journal about this week, which I think I'm going to. I need to get back into my journal this week. What causes you to feel attached to an outcome? I definitely need to journal that this week, right? Yeah, Melanie, go back and watch. What could result if you were flexible? How can you show up to meet unexpected changes? And I think that this message is dead on with this. Crystal actions. Affirm your affirmation. So number 1, every day in the mirror. every day in the mirror. I love you. And you do it until you can say it and you can mean it for 28 days. Now you're going to add this one on this week. So out of the shower, I love you to yourself, and I surrender to the ebbs and flows of life. I'm writing it on the wall today. Today, release your expectations for how a situation is supposed to go. Stay fluid and go with the flow. Y'all, this card jumped out at me and jumped out at y'all. If it means something, and y'all throw me some hearts, just tap that heart button if that was something you needed to hear today. Aquamarine, if you have some, put it on this week. Carry it around this week. Get your aquamarine and put it where it needs to be. So, if your mess has not been able to become your message yet, right? If your mess has not been able to become your message yet, you're like, I'm just in my feels, Tammy. I'm just in my feels, and I'm not going to get out of them right yet, right? Water everywhere, yes. I want you to remember, right, that if you're not changing it, if you're not changing it, and I'm telling you because I know, because I'm here, and I can give these hard messages because I share what I am, what I'm going through. So I'm dealing with it too, and I'm talking to myself as much as I'm talking to the person who thinks that they got mad at me when I'm getting ready to say this. If you're not changing it, you're choosing it. Don't tell me you can't. Every time this week when you're like, I can't do that, I want you to take the word can't and replace it with won't. Your mind is powerful. You can do anything you want to do. It just depends on whether or not you want to do it. So don't make excuses on yourself. Did I want to do this today? I did not. I did not. I did not. Right? I didn't want to hear what I had to hear this week, but I heard it, right? And if I'm not changing it, then I'm choosing it. I can change things. Do I choose to do it all the time? No. I wouldn't get out of my feels this week because I chose not to. If your mind has the power to make you lose your hair with a placebo drug because you think you're getting chemo, then your mind has the ability to help you out of any situation you're in right now. I promise you. You can do it. You have a community of people right here. If you're watching me, if you hear my voice on this live, you have people who are here to help you. But the key is help you because you got to help yourself. We learned in Reiki, energy is an exchange, right? And that's how I am protecting my energy. I don't love anybody any less, right? But I have to determine what level of energy I can exchange with people to keep my sanity. You have to do that as well. Two things can be true. I can love you, but not need to be in your energy field. And I have people right now in my life I've got to set some boundaries with and say no more. Right now, I love you the same, but right now we cannot exchange energy because I need to regroup my energy to be able to deal with your energy. Right? Mind over matter. I would say mind over matter. If you don't mind, it don't matter. If you don't mind, it don't matter. And there's a lot of things that I don't mind. But it was interesting in this book. It told me in one of these things, it says, I think it was the trust. And I want to read this to you where I'm feeling kind of funny about things. Because I feel like I'm being a little taken advantage of in a couple of circumstances lately. I feel like there's not an equal exchange of energy. And I'm just going to withdraw my energy. It's what I say all the time. But it was 47. The last line of this is where I was feeling some kind of way. And Heather and I have talked about leading into this crone energy. And it says, where's it at? Maybe it was under the deer. Maybe it was the deer. I have to look and see which one it was. Yeah, it's the deer. The deer. I gotta read the deer for y'all. I mean, let me find that little deery deer. I think it's number 14. 22. I was way off. 22. Okay, here's what it says. Here's what the deer card hit me like in the face because it says, blend your personal energy with the deer's energy of gentleness and diplomacy. Walk softly and the way forward will be smooth. And remember, never mistake gentleness for weakness in yourself or others. And I was starting to feel like people were thinking that I was weak because I was gentle. And I feel that people try to take advantage because they think that I am weak when I'm just gentle. And I am not weak. And, but I was feeling that way. I was feeling that way. So there you go. That's awful. We're gonna send some Melanie some extra love and light, Melanie. Um, send you some extra love and light. But I want you to think of the people you're letting in your house too. Um, yeah. There's. You can only. Here's what I tell people. When I say you can only, and I'm gonna tell this to everybody. It's not meant for anybody, right? I never give or help that I can't do it without any assistance, right? You've had a tough week, Melanie. Um, this is 2x4 therapy. Unfortunately, it's because it's 2x4. The universe is going to make things happen, and you don't like it if you don't listen. If you don't listen, you don't like it. It starts throwing stuff at you. It starts throwing stuff at you. But that's one thing I tell people all the time. I'm like, so many people have asked me for big things. I'm like, I can't give you that. And like, well, you have it. I'm like, I do have it, but I don't have it to give. I give what I can give, and when I give and I help, it's because I can 100% afford to physically, spiritually, emotionally, monetarily, everything, handle it all, and I can do it. But that's the thing we talk about, not pouring from an empty cup. If your cup is not full, you can't pour into others. And if you have a giving heart, it's important that you spend the time pouring into yourself. Um, yeah. Sometimes you have to remind people to that a beast of sleep is not. Yeah. And here's the thing. I don't need to be a beast, right? So Sheila, I'm never going to do that again. I used to be a complete asshole. I could be a complete asshole. And, huh? Used to be. But I work very hard now to be gentle. I'm not weak. And I tell people no. I do tell people no. I have no problem telling people no because I feel like I give a lot. So when I say no, they can hear it or they cannot. And you always know the people um, who get angry when you say no. And I'm like, well, you obviously just think it's entitled to you, so you don't get it. That's not happening. But yeah, I give only what I can give. And people say, well, how did you do that? I'm like, you gave somebody. I'm like, well, they don't pay you. I'm like, then they don't pay me, but they never give anything again, and then it's done. I gave what I could afford to give, and that's done. You can be the beast with gentleness, easy. Yeah, I guess I don't know. Like I don't. I'm trying to learn that. So I hear what y'all are saying, Heather and Sheila, but I don't know that I. Usually, it's like I'm on or off. I am learning to find here, right? I am learning to find here. It's beast or beauty or beast, and I cannot find that, and that's what I'm working on. That we're all working. I'm sorry, I'm like jerking my bra straps up. They were like sliding down my arms. It was nothing worse than that, but. I was 4 minutes over, but I was asking you for that hour, probably 4 minutes in, I think 7 minutes in. So I took an hour of your day. Now, if you're still here, I appreciate you. And if you still are like, I still don't understand why all of this for edibles. Now, if you don't, then you need to like tell me in the comments. Do you understand now? Do you have anybody's questions? Anybody have questions? Um, yeah, yeah, it is. It is, and it's trust me. I don't unleash the beast very often, but Yeah, that is tough, Melanie, and I'm sorry. With the way things are today, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. Everything's going up, so I get it. I get it. Um, but if you're living off that budget for your family, then you're going to have to like draw the line and say, I can't. I have no capacity to help anyone else other than me and my kids and my family. That's it. You know, because you've made that decision, then stand in that decision and on that decision and stop helping anybody because you made the decision that that was who you were going to help. That's all you can help right now. And sometimes all you can help is yourself. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. And I get it's tough. And we are so sending you love. We are sending you so much love and energy. But again, sometimes things are people's stuff they have, yeah, Melanie, we need to surround Melanie with some love and light, y'all. And y'all need to, we're sending it out to you, Melanie. We want you to, we hope that you will receive it and glow in it. If you want to come to me, I will be glad to do some hands-on Reiki this week, free of charge. Just come here because you need it. There has to be an equal exchange of energy, but I'll like let you do some social media or something for me. But yeah, I love y'all, and I'm here to help however I can, and so is this community. And if you need something, reach out. Melanie, let us know before these things happen. Reach out. Don't go MIA when things like this happen because we don't know what's going on and you just kind of disappear on us and we can't help you maybe troubleshoot it beforehand. I got so bad burns, so I won't make that mistake again. It's just very hard because it's not my heart to turn back on people and stuff. Hey, that's the thing though, Melanie. You have nothing to give. That's why God keeps sending those people because you got to. That's your lesson. That's your karma. You got to say no. That's the first thing, Melanie. I think that's all it is. As soon as you say that first no, the first no, I think you will see that it's all gonna be okay. You were so afraid to say no that all they're gonna keep. God's gonna keep sending them until you can say no. And that's honestly what just came in. I get messages for you all the time, but until you can like say, you can't do it. So thank y'all for coming this morning. Thank y'all for listening to my TED Talk. Thank y'all for letting me bless hearts and drop farts today. I didn't drop any on here, but I'm feeling one welling up in my southern ass, right? My southern ass. I'm just kidding. I know. But sometimes you need to come get your cup filled up, right? You need to come and like say, I'm struggling, right? We have the heart space meditation every week. Put your name on it. Let us know. That's one thing you can do. That's one way we know. Um, So I am gonna get off here. I know I'm 108. I lied about time, but you're gonna learn that too. I did say an hour, but I wouldn't lie to you about time. But now we're going into the second hour. Only a few more minutes. We do have a couple of things. Number one, tomorrow morning, Wake and Bake live. We have What's Up Wednesday on a Wednesday night live on Facebook. And then we have Thursday night is on Zoom, and we do a Zoom heart space meditation. That work is going into a meditative group. We're going to learn to work with our elementals. We're going to learn to do some earth healing. We're going to learn to send love and light to ourselves as well as others. So if you need some extra love and light energy, please put yourself on that list. I will try to get that post. We're going to start having some days and theme days. I'm going to send a message out to my admins and mods about doing a Zoom later on today to touch base about setting up some like posting requirements. We're going to theme out the week. It's going to be like magical and motivational Monday, testimonial Tuesday. I forget what Wednesday was going to be. Thursday is going to be Thankful Thursday and the Heart Space Meditation. And then Friday, what was Wednesday? Wellness Wednesday? Or we had something for Wednesday. What was Wednesday, y'all? Do y'all remember what Wednesday was? So anyway, on that note, we have lots of things coming up. We are here for it. If you would like to get a Higher Than Giraffe hoo-ha shirt, which is this shirt, here's the order flyer. They are $25 in those four colors, small through 3XL. Also, anyone who places an order from Wednesday to Wednesday, I do a contest each week. This week, we're giving away one of those shirts for free. So this week, you can, if you place an order between now and a couple of things. Number one, now and the end of the month, actually. We're going to run it through the end of the month, end of July. We're starting something new in August, but you're also going to be donating to our little minor league teams going to the World Series. We've got 2 teams going, and next week I am giving 10% of profits to each team. I'm going to divide it up, see where they have holes to fill. I have already donated to both of them. I'll take 10%, and then whoever has like fundraising where they're at, I'm going to fill in those holes with that money. And I appreciate y'all for that. We're always at the power of one. We have a couple more days to get that Munchie of the Month for July. That is going to be and they're going to be while supplies last. I'm not making those again right now. I think I got like 50 of those. So maybe like 10-ish orders by the time I get done snacking on them. Those are a sativa blend. They're great for getting things done during the day, controlling anxiety, but helping you get things done. If you've got pain, I had zero pain. They're gluten-free, so they help with joint pain. They help from inflammation, and they were great to help me get some work done and get some stuff done without having a whole lot of, rigmarole about it. But I thank you, Nancy. I try to do my Sunday sermon. If I miss lives during the week, I try never to miss this one. This one is it's important to me. All of them are, but and on that note, y'all, as always, what do we say at the end of these lives, right? Peace, love, and feast. And as always, stay elevated. Love y'all.